You are listening to the sounds of the Right On Network.
Was itself key to the obstruction and impeachment case against him. It's worth bearing in mind as the Trump White House now stonewalls investigators, but insists it's not really invoking executive privilege, or it's trying some kind of modified halfway executive privilege. But there's no such thing as halfway privilege, just as there's no such thing as halfway crooks. We know that truth from the great poet Havoc of Mobb Deep, who observed that true criminal minds are always thirsty for recognition, but you don't see longevity from halfway crooks because they always end up shook. And that's the big problem facing any White House pursuing a cover-up with halfway privilege.
Hello and welcome to episode 18 of On the Record Jams, brought to you by the Right On Network. I'm AJ, and along with me is Arthur. Hello, Arthur.
What is happening, AJ? We're back again like we left something.
We're legal now. We're 18.
Woo.
We're almost at 1 year of recording On the Record Jams. I can't believe that. I feel like it's still a brand new podcast.
It feels new, and there's a bunch of stuff we haven't made it to yet, but we'll keep going.
Yeah, that's the thing, too. I feel like we're just getting started. But, hey, it's always a good thing to start at the beginning. All right, so we're talking On the Record Jams, where Arthur and we bring a record to you guys, and we talk about it, we discuss it. We would like for you to join in on the discussion. And, hey, if you want to support us, go to Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, and type in On the Record Jams. Please rate and review us. It'll help people find us, and we want to find other music lovers and enthusiasts out there. And I want to thank our Patreon subscribers for helping us go and grow. They went to patreon.com/rightonnetwork. I'll put it in the show notes. Starting with Alan Wright, DJ Merck, Delvin Sims, the Podcrusher himself, Tim Price, friend of the Right On Network, Cluck Trent, Mark Blair. Over in Australia, we have Paul Hicks. Gotta love the Paul. He does Waiting for Doom, DCOCD, The Gary Show, and Dial F for Flanger. Laurel Phillips, the Irredeemable Shag at the Fire and Water Podcast Network. Justin Steiner on Substack, blogging about music. He's known as Shoe Fly Pie. Shoe Fly Pie, Justin Steiner. Rick from Jeff and Rick present Unpacking the Power of the Power Pack. I just heard him on the Cheers cast. We have Chris Pine 1. Bill Beer of the Bat Pod, a podcast about Batman. April 5K, listen to her on the Manhattan Project, talking about Friends and Seinfeld, as well as Straight Out of the Federation, a Blake 7 podcast. The great, wonderful Jordan Holt and Clinton Robeson of Fan Film Fridays and Coffee and Comics. All right, Arthur, what are we bringing on the record this time?
We are going to go to 1995. And, to all the killers and the $100 billers, we're going to do Shook Ones, part 2, that is, from Mobb Deep. And this is from Mobb Deep's second album, The Infamous, which is infamous for being really jamming. And we spent some time even before the episode started thinking, man, I don't know if I even picked the quote unquote right song. I could have just closed my eyes and picked a song off of that album, and we could have went on and on about it. But I kind of landed on Shook Ones Part 2, and we can get some work out of this one.
Yeah, so we went to the borough of Queensbridge, to talk about these two MCs. We got Havoc, the producer. He does the thriller kind of horror beats, I believe. He always does this on his albums where it sounds like score music to a horror scene. And then we have Prodigy, where, these guys are amazing. They did it so young, and they captured a moment. Like, I think that's what this is all about. I remember, like, kind of in the later mid-90s, I went to some kind of hip-hop club, and when they played Shook Ones, it changed people. Like, people just, they wigged out. Like, it opened them up. So I think listening to this, you got to put your mindset in things didn't do this, and then it did, to really appreciate what's going on here. Other than, it's obviously a banger, but I think if you could just appreciate how, hey, this was a movement.
Yeah, these records sounded big. So even though the subject matter was quote unquote grimy, really local, really New York, really heavy